you're the boss, and you're Ross Oakley, and I'm not. OK, let's pick up some of the highlights in a pretty big game at Waverley Park, and it was all Melbourne. Young Doyle, a left footer, and setting the Demons alight early. Hawthorn were really stung. Hilton, the hotel, lets a dribbler go, and it keeps on bouncing. And Scott McGuinness, good night. A big first term, and some of the clashes. Platten with Phoebe.
He does. This will be his fourth.
Jakovich kicks some and missed some.
Hang your head in shame that time.
But true to his own, in front of his adoring crowd. Bang.
There you go. He likes them.
He loved it, and so did the crowd. At the MC, just wiped the floor with them yesterday, Peter.
Well, two things came out of this game yesterday, Rex, and that one was that Melbourne are a very, very good side, a greatly improved side, and have gone on from last year. And two, that full forward and a top-class forward is the most important player on the ground, because Hawthorn without Dunstall were like a ship without a rudder. And but that first quarter where Melbourne kicked 9 goals to 1 was the like Hawthorn style of the 80s. It was absolutely magnificent. They were hard at the ball. They were tough. They started with Greg Doyle in the ruck and Stynes down forward. Garry Lyon absolutely dominated across half forward in that first term. Jakovich was having a good clash there with Langford. Langford tore his hamstring and went off the ground. And I think when Langford went off, that was the end of the Hawks. Melbourne went on with it. And they're such an even side. They've got all these guys about 6 foot, 6'1".
All the same size, aren't they?
Yeah. Brett Lovett, the Phoebes, Andy Lovell, these guys.
They can all play followers.
That's exactly right. Now, here's Matthew Phoebe. Now, Stephen and Matthew, they don't get many raps. But look at that disposal to Stynes there. Absolutely magnificent play. And if you play Melbourne this year, you're not going to get an easy game.
Yeah, you're buried for Hawthorn for the last few years, Macca.
I barracked for Collingwood, Bernie. Let's get that straight.
I thought it was
I
Carlton.
admire Hawthorn.
Oh, right. Well, you've backed Hawthorn for the last 5 years or so. Are they gone without Dunstall? And are they in strife this year?
We know that you'd love to think they're gone because you hate
All of
them.
you would,
I
wouldn't
do
you?
not hate
There
them.
is no way, Nate, I'm going to write off Hawthorn at this stage. They definitely need... You've got a 150-goal full forward out. You've got the best fullback in the competition out. You're definitely going to miss them.
Their next 4 games,
Hawthorn will
Peter,
come back.
North Melbourne, Carlton, West Coast and Essendon. Perhaps their season will be determined in the next month.
I agree with you, Jared, wholeheartedly. Tough games to come up. But Hawthorn have had a habit over the years of bouncing back when everyone's written them off, and I'm not prepared to write them off. They're still a very good side.
Yesterday,
Dipper.
there was a chance for Jarman, Pritchard, Benham to put their hand up, and they didn't. And, you know,
I think
nice got a few problems out there.
I think their midfield's got a huge problems. They need Johnny Platten. I was talking to Kevin Bartlett before the show. We were talking about Johnny getting towards the end of his career, and he's starting to stage for free kicks a little bit. With 3 umpires, you're not going to get away with that. Darren Jarman's just got to work a little bit harder when he hasn't got the ball. He's got the talent, should be the best player in the competition, Darren Jarman, with his ability.
Your votes for the Channel 7 Footy Panel Player of the Year award.
Well, the votes was very difficult. All Melbourne players I went for, but I eventually decided on Stephen Tingay, who's a real goer on the wing, and Brett Lovett, new lease of life, very highly skilled player, Brett. And this man is a class player, and forwards are so important to a football side. Garry Lyon was magnificent yesterday.
OK, well done to Melbourne.